Welcome back, everybody.
Hi guys.
We are here with Jean Mitton, and we are going through her book. Can't believe it. We are actually on chapter 7. And in lesson 7.1 is most women in my days were stupid with relationships. And so are a great many still today. How very sad. Wow.
It's very sad
Why would you call them stupid?
because why would you go back to something that didn't work and
Oh, I
and
see.
think it would change unless the only one that can do the changing is yourself.
Yes, yes, yes. But remember, didn't we believe in sickness, health, till death do us part, no matter what, abuse and everything?
And then we part because we abused, and the next minute we're back
Hmm.
because something's going to change. But the only thing that's going to change can be us.
Yes.
So nothing will change if you go back into a relationship that you've left without yourself changing.
Yeah.
Looking at it a different way, not getting offended by it. I don't know. For me, people who go back into the same relationship, they get out, they go back. I mean, people get married two, three times to the
Yes.
same person and the same stuff.
The same stories always come up. I always tell my clients when they're in a relationship problem or they want to change their job because of someone or something that's happening. I always say you first have to change
Yes,
whatever's going on
yes,
because you're just going to get into the next relationship or next
same.
job. The people will look different, but the pattern will still come up
Uh,
and it will be
Only us.
exactly the same.
Yes.
So we got to break the pattern in the relationship, all the work, and magically we will either find happiness or we will move
So,
easily to a place where we are best
so
suited.
you tell me why we've been doing the same thing for millions of years when we know it doesn't work.
Well, I think because we've been having a lot of conversation and realizing it, and the idea of beliefs and patterns have like creeped into our consciousness. So now we are much more aware of not taking
But,
that kind of abuse from people.
or we just so brainwashed to believe that's how it should be. I don't know what the answer is, but I think it is madness to go back to something that you've left. I do.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yes, must. When do you know?
How many times do you need your heart broken? I had to laugh at work the other day. So, 90-year-old, an 88-year-old, and me at 76. So I walked in where they were making tea, and I said, "So, how many times have you girls had your hearts broken?" So the 88-year-old looked at me and she said, "Twice. And you've had yours broken once because I've read your book."
Ah.
The 90-year-old, I looked at her and she looked and she said, "I haven't had my heart broken once, but I've had two big disappointments."
Oh,
So the next day I went back and they were still there making tea and coffee.
yeah.
And I said, "I just want to know something. You're 90. Can't you pass on your knowledge to the 88-year-old? You can pass on to the knowledge to me, a 76-year-old. I can pass it on to a 50-year-old who can pass it on to a 40-year-old." And before I could get the 30-year-old, the 88-year-old said, "Stop. The 30-year-old will never hear what you've got to say."
Absolutely. They know best, right?
And so it was very funny indeed, yeah.
Yeah, we know best when we're young. And we got sometimes you gotta hit your head against the wall to
Ish,
learn.
ish, ish,
Yeah,
ish.
it's crazy, hey.
Yeah, so for me, that's madness. Don't go back.
There is such a fine line knowing, people also dismiss relationships also too quickly these days because they take things too personally and
Yeah.
they get angry over stupid, small, little incidents. So when do you know that it's something that must be left or that you just take in personally and you need
So,
to,
so for me, when do ministers of religion, any religion, start teaching you not to be upset about what the guy next door said? It's his problem, not yours.
hmm,
I don't hear that getting preached from pulpits.
yeah,
And those life skills should be taught in grade one. Don't get upset what that guy says. It's just his stuff.
yeah, the four agreements. It
Yes.
says the first agreement is don't take things personally.
And
I
can
think
I
that's the
blow it
first.
away? Yes, I can. But I may have to tell you because although I've blown away, you need to hear why it kind of upset me to start with
Hmm,
so that you can do something about yourself. If you think that's fine, that's fine. That's how you're going to live.
yeah.
I'm not here to change how you live. But I think we don't talk about it. It's the same thing. It should be taught as a school subject.
Yes,
That life school subject at school is useless. It should have people like me there. It
absolutely.
should. My neighbor was a school teacher, and she always said, "I want you to come and talk to the matrics." And it is true. We need to learn that before we even hit the relationships,
Mm,
because that's where the trouble comes from.
yeah, yeah. The
Hmm.
relationships have changed a lot from your day, right?
Well, yeah, women were supposedly submissive in those days. Okay, my mother washed the dishes and cooked the food. My dad brought the money in, and that's just how it was. And for most, I think, in those days.
Mm,
Now I think there's a lot of guys lying on the couch watching TV while the women are out working.
true
And
story.
that's okay as long as you don't fight about it.
Yeah, there's lots of guys looking after babies and
Yes.
taking care of the house. And
Yep.
if it works for them,
Yes.
that's
It's
fine.
okay.
And don't complain when it doesn't.
Uh,
Do you think those traditional roles still apply?
Well, that goes back to me believing that God, our Father, is male. So males believe that because they are male, they are the bosses. And that's where the problem can come in. Unless you've got a woman that can understand that the guy that believes like that in 2025 is also nuts. I mean, women can do exactly the same jobs and they do.
Mm,
Okay.
mhm.
Some woman. Me, I remain a shit shoveler. Okay.
Well, I think at the end of the day, unless both parents have to go work, which is a reality these days,
Yes.
I think that's still because the woman breastfeeds, she needs to have that more time with the
Yes.
baby, and that's just completely
Yes.
natural. So it makes more sense that she does stay at home with the kid while the guy goes and
Yes.
looks for the food and brings
Oh,
him the money. So I think no matter how we change, there are some things that are just going to be
it
pretty
have
much
to
the
be. Yeah.
same.
Yeah. I think it's the getting upset about it that's the problem. And that goes back to the only person we can change is ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Find the one system that works for you, and then don't judge other people because that
That's the
system's working
problem.
for them.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's right. That's
if they
right.
want to be traditional and have a stay-at-home mom, that's fine. If they
Yeah.
don't, and the mom needs to go to work and dad stays at home, so what? Yeah.
It's just interesting for me because, I mean, in our marriage vows, we are still saying, I'll love you forever and ever and ever, and amen, and blah, 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 blah. And in 2 years' time, everybody's divorced.
Mm,
So I don't know. I don't know how that's still there.
yes.
Something's wrong there.
Yeah. Well, people get married for all types of reasons: security, money, whatever. Very seldom do they actually get married for
Forever and ever, amen.
commitment and a relationship and love.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why that happens, I think.
Yeah.
But then change the vow.
Change the,
Lots of people
change,
these
yes.
days are changing the vow.
Change the vow. I agree.
Yes. And they writing their own vows that will accommodate them for
I mean, I wonder what the divorce rate is compared to the marriage rate. I haven't got a clue, but I'm sure it's pretty high.
it's pretty high
Mm.
all over the world, not
Mm.
only in South Africa. And that's sad because there is also something about sticking it out,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
big personal growth if you stick it out.
Yeah, exactly. And learning and growing. I think that's also the in
Yeah.
my experience with my clients, the biggest obstacle is when someone goes and develops themselves, becomes a bigger person,
Mm.
gets more spiritual or something, and then the other person doesn't grow. That is always a killer.
But when you change, the other person does change. That's the thing.
Sometimes, but sometimes they resist it.
Well,
And
they
then,
resist it, but there's a little thing inside their head that says, shucks, maybe this might be.
yeah.
Because how else do other people change? Only I can change for that oak to change.
Yeah, be the change you want to see in the world,
Yes.
Gandhi.
Yep.
And yeah, that's it. So yeah, no matter what, you have to grow. You have to get onto that path and get to that place of
Yeah,
awakening.
to stay stuck forever, I don't know what that's about. Because I think most people are stuck in their misery, but they're not awake enough to even realize that they're stuck or in misery. If
Mm,
you know what I mean. They
mm,
just continue to moan and irritate the neighbors.
yes. And it all stops when you start to go inside and say, wait a minute, maybe I'm the problem.
Yes.
What can I do to
Yes.
change? What can
Yes.
I do to fix this solution? What can I do? And the minute that focus starts to happen, then you affect that change in your life and their life.
I mean, I blamed my dad for everything. Till the age of 38, it was all his fault. I hardly saw the guy because he was at work, but it was his fault.
And then
And then I woke up and I realized what a load of nonsense that was.
and took responsibility.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yep, it's the same as the little kid that the two twins that grow up and one becomes an alcoholic and the other one remains sober. And much later they ask, why did you become an alcoholic? And they said, well, my dad was a drunk. That's why I'm an alcoholic. And the other one, they asked, why are you sober? And they said, well, my dad was a drunk. And I wouldn't want to be with like
How
him.
about that? I like it.
So,
I like it.
so we can choose
Yeah.
to break the pattern
And
or
and
maintain the
that
pattern.
you teach that in grade one that you can choose,
Mm,
you'll have a much better life for everybody.
yes,
You have to teach those little kids.
yes, exactly. We'll get there one day. I'm absolutely sure of it.
I wonder where I'll be.
Yeah.
Floating around, somebody laughing at you or still stuck.
Well, you know the 100th monkey effect, right?
No, tell me.
The 100th monkey effect was, I think it's off the island off the coast of Japan, where they have these monkeys on this island, and they taught one monkey to take sweet potatoes and go wash it in the sea, and then eat it. Obviously cleaner, and it had some salt on. And the one monkey taught another monkey. And when it reached the 100 monkeys on this island, then the whole consciousness kind of gathered and they all went, took the sweet potatoes, went to the sea and washed them. But what was truly remarkable is that monkeys on other islands, without any communication, started to take sweet
Yeah, that I
potatoes
believe.
and wash it in the sea.
That I believe.
And that's how consciousness works. It's the 100th monkeys. When we get to a certain
It's,
tipping point,
yes.
it just starts to affect everyone
Yep.
else.
Yes, and that goes back to that synchronicity thing, the two birds in a tree.
That's it.
How much does a snowflake weigh? Yes. One more person can change the world. One more person. Be
It,
that person.
that's it. Be the person. So go out and yeah, take those initiatives to
Yes.
introspect. What can I do?
Yes.
What can I change? Maybe I'm the problem,
Yes.
and contribute to being one of the 100 monkeys so we can have a new world.
Yeah. I'm a contemplative, that word. And I'm telling you, that's been the biggest asset in my life. Because I spend a great deal of time looking within
Yeah.
and wondering why I'm behaved like that and why didn't I? And I could have, should have, would have. I've stopped that now. But that's what got me going, asking those questions.
It all starts with introspection.
Yeah.
It all starts with that. So go and have a good look at yourself.
Yep.
Ask the questions, and the path appears.
Does indeed. That's
Thanks,
better I agree
everybody.
with.
Thank you, Jean.
Thank you guys.
Have a lovely day.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Bye.